Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your math teachers. Once again, we're going to talk to you guys today about the Zoom session do's and don'ts. So, there's already been some issues with some other teachers, and so we want to get these rules out there in the open so everyone knows what they should and shouldn't do if it's not obvious. So, right off the bat, to introduce this, I want you to realize that we're in a classroom whenever we're in Zoom. It's a virtual classroom, but it's still a classroom. So if you wouldn't do it in the normal classroom, then you also shouldn't do it in Zoom. But if that's not clear enough for you, we're going to lay some rules down that you can see on your screen and kind of talk about them. So first up, Mr. Hernandez.
All right, we want to make sure that you're using your district issued device, right? A lot of us are tempted to use our cell phones. Maybe it's easier, more convenient, it's easier to travel with. But some of your teachers may have links that give you access to some of the assignments, right? Interactive activities that only work with the Chromebook and are it's more efficient to be working with your Chromebook. So just make sure that you're using your district issued device whenever you are in a Zoom meeting. That you show up on time, right? You'll be considered tardy if you don't show up within the first 5 minutes of the scheduled start of class, right? So you'll have a schedule that you have to follow based on the day of the week. If you're not in the waiting room or if you're not in the classroom, virtual classroom, within the first 5 minutes, then you will be considered tardy. So it's important that you show up on time, and so that way you're ready to work.
Next, we're going to be going over how to start the Zoom session. So we have the availability as teachers to mute everyone. So we forget to mute everyone. So please just make sure your microphone's muted when you enter the classroom and that your video is on once the class session starts. So class starts at, second period starts at 10 a.m. on Mondays. So at 10 a.m., your video better be on because we need it on to see and make sure that you're there so we can mark you present for attendance. It's up to us on how long we want the video on. They're kind of instructing us not to have the videos on all the time because it's staff the bandwidth for the district, but we are required to have a certain amount of video time to make sure that you're there. So we will let you know when it's appropriate to have it on and when it's appropriate to have it off. And then as far as your name, see how right here it says Mr. Hernandez. For me, it says Robert Norman, and then for Mr. Jones, it says Josh Jones. So for a student, it needs to be your Illuminate name or some variation of your Illuminate. So it has to resemble that. You can't use completely non-synchronous names that align with your Illuminate. If it is a name that is different than what you prefer, please email us and we have an alternative solution for that. But you need to email us so we can tell you what that solution is. But other than that, we need to be able to see your name so we can mark you present for attendance because we have a lot of multiple last names. If you change your first name around, we don't know who you are. So with that being said, we are back to Mr. Jones.
All right, so now if you guys have questions whenever in the Zoom, here's how you're supposed to address that. First of all, you can use the hand raise feature in the chat. I'm not confident that I'll see that all the time, so I think that it'd be more effective just to type your questions in chat. Another reason it'd be effective to do that is because we could save the chat and we can view those questions later. We can make a video addressing all the questions from chat. There's a lot of things that we could do that we might have missed through some hand raising and stuff. So make sure you get your questions in chat, and if we're there and we see them, we'll answer them and go from there. Last but not least, I want to point out something that's pretty critical, the big old don't. So it already came out in the district that you are not allowed to save, record, screenshot, share, or post anything from our session. I know how you guys love your social media and love your cell phones and all that, but it is against the law. So you're not allowed to put me on TikTok. You're not allowed to put me on any sort of social media platform without my consent. And I'm not really interested in being TikTok famous anyways. So with that being said, please follow these rules, guys. We're all going to do our very best to do the best we can. This is new for everybody. So bear with us, and we'll try and bear with you as well and get all the quirks figured out. With that being said, Mr. Norman, do you have anything to add?
No, one quick little comment with the chat question thing that Mr. Jones was talking about. We understand that you guys are still learning math. We are not expecting 100% precise questions when it comes to math. Do the best that you can to ask the question in chat, and we may call on you to explain it a little bit better. We're not expecting complete scholarly level writing, but we do want proper sentence structure. So capitalization, proper spelling out of you are is not the same as your. So please use proper sentence structure and proper grammar. So that is all I have to say about that.
Mr. Hernandez, anything?
No, I'm good to go.
All right, on that note, signing off from the math department. Bye.